All right, so this one is probably a pretty hard one to understand, and you're going to realize a lot of mistakes that you've probably made. But women consider all forms of day-to-day communication as you being desperate. I'm going to say that one more time. Women consider all forms of day-to-day communication with them as you being desperate. When I make this video right now, I'm going to tell you this. You have no idea how many dates as well as long-term relationships over the past 10 years I have missed out on by not understanding this. These concepts that I teach, that I consider to be my life's work, took me making so many mistakes over and over and over and over before things finally started to click. So if I can help you not make these same mistakes, your dating life is going to be way better, with way less pain, with way less suffering. Let's dive into today's video. So in order to let this concept sink in, first off, we have to talk about this. Okay, what is attraction in the eyes of a woman? What does that even mean? Okay, so that means what does she need, or what does she need to feel in order to feel attraction? I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you. Attraction is nothing more than a discrepancy in SMV. Okay, this is the term that I use, or this is like the saying that I use. Attraction is a discrepancy or a difference in SMV. So what that means is she needs to feel like your SMV, okay, your dating value is higher up. Okay, it's higher. No difference in SMV means no attraction can occur. So once you understand this, here's what you're going to see, okay? Entering into any normal conversation and communication subconsciously communicates this one thing. It subconsciously communicates, hey, you and I have the exact same dating value. You and I have the exact same SMV. That's what it means when you enter into normal conversation and normal communication with a woman. It subconsciously communicates this because every conversation has two different meanings. There's the words that's actually being spoken, and then there's the underlying preconceived notions that she feels about how you feel about her. That's the second conversation that you can't see, okay? So women tend to only feel attraction to men of higher SMV than themselves. This is what you have to remember. She has to feel like you have a higher dating value. And if she sees that, or if she recognizes that, she will feel attraction towards you. Okay, so guys will constantly say, you know, I just want to find a woman that I can have good conversation with. I want to find a woman that I can have interesting conversation with, right? I want to find a woman where I can talk about my hobbies and my passions and my interests and still have her have romantic desire towards me. And the sad truth is this is just not going to happen. I hate to break it to you, but this is not going to happen. If you desire that, you have a flawed understanding of the dynamic that has to occur in order for a woman to actually have desire towards you in the first place. So now you have to ask yourself, well, what does normal day-to-day conversation actually look like? Okay, and on top of that, why you should not do it. I'm going to tell you, okay? Most of the mistakes that guys do is typically through the cell phone. They logically feel that the more they text her or talk to her, the more that she's going to like him. Or on top of that, what they really feel is they feel like if they don't talk to her, that means there's no more relationship or there's no more dates going to happen. Could not be further from the truth, right? They feel that the relationship is still going strong if she's still replying. And this is wrong. Why do I know this? Because I used to think this. I used to think I better text message her so that way I get a text message back, which lets me know that me and her are still on good terms and she's still attracted to me. But all this was doing was subconsciously signaling that I have lower SMV because I'm the one needing communication. So this is what you're going to find. This is completely wrong. So I understand that in your logical mind, you feel like it makes sense, right? That if you talk to her, that means the relationship is still going. But this couldn't be further from the truth. The more you're talking to her, the more you're communicating, the more you're actually communicating your interest level, which lets her know that she can probably do better. So, what is normal conversation and what does this look like? Let me give you some examples. Hey, what's up? How's your day going? Good morning. Good evening. Good night. What did you have for lunch? What are you doing for breakfast today? How was that office meeting? Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Did you have a safe travel? Did you have a happy birthday? Happy birthday. Merry Christmas. How was your weekend? Are you feeling better today? This is called normal conversation. This is stuff that you would ask people that you care about. Well, what happens if you ask women questions and signal that you care? It naturally makes her not like you. So when you say any of these things, she goes, why does he care? Why does he care if I'm having a good day? Why does he care to wish me a happy birthday? Why does he care how my weekend was in the first place? He is a man. He is a grown man. He shouldn't care. Who told him to care about this? Shouldn't he care about eating and sleeping like all the other men? Right? This is what subconsciously signals through her mind is why does he care, okay? Now she likes you a lot less. Now she starts to disrespect you and pull away. And on top of that, she thinks that you're not on her level. This is the biggest thing that you have to realize and that you have to understand is as soon as you enter into normal conversation with a woman, she thinks that you are not on her level. She goes, whoa, I thought that you were on my level or have dating value that's higher than my level, and now I don't even think you're on my level. This is what she actually thinks when you communicate often and frequently to her, when you feel the need to check in with her. She thinks that your dating dynamic and your dating value is the same as hers. Now, women only like men who have higher dating value than themselves because that's the only thing that's going to satisfy hypergamy, which is why I told you my definition of this is attraction is nothing more than a discrepancy or a difference in SMV. Glad that we got that out of the way because once you understand that, now you can recognize this. Day-to-day communication makes her think that you are inferior to her and she can no longer feel attraction. So what does that mean? That means the more you date, you'll realize that the more you talk to them in general, the less they like you. I have had to go through hundreds of dates to figure this out. The more you talk to them and the more you communicate, the more they don't like you. It don't matter who you are. I don't care if you're famous. I don't care if you're tall. I don't care if you're good looking. I don't care if you have really good jewelry and a fancy watch. The more you talk to them, the less they like you in general. So, women care about how you act. Notice I didn't say your bank balance and I didn't say the clothes you're wearing. Women care about how you act, which is made up of these two things, your mannerisms and your subcommunication. So I'm telling you this, you could be famous, you could be in movies, you could be on TV. The second that that man enters into daily or routine or normal conversation and normal communication with her, it's completely over. It's a slow decline to the end of the relationship. This is what happens when you tell yourself that she's my better half. I'm so lucky to be with her. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. You enter into day-to-day communication to nurture the relationship, and she goes, whoa, he's not acting like a man. He doesn't act like he can do better than me. He doesn't act like he has higher dating value than me. So here's what you're going to notice, okay? You need to get used to women being frustrated at you or claiming that they're frustrated at your behavior and at your communication. She's going to say, you can't communicate. Why don't you talk to me more? Okay. What she's really saying is, please validate me. Please talk to me. Please talk to me and please validate me so that way I can have a reason to leave you. Please prove to me that I can get you to trust my words so that way I can move on to the next guy who hopefully doesn't. You have to be smarter than this. You have to be smarter than what she's telling you. You have to be smarter than what she claims she wants because she's leading you astray so she can disqualify you. You have to remember this. Now, here's what you have to know. This is another thing that took me so many years to figure out. The only way to strengthen her love for you and the bond of the relationship is through tension and overcoming obstacles. If there's no obstacles for her to overcome, there's no relationship. I didn't know this. Did you know this? Because no one told me this. People told me growing up that a relationship is when two people care about each other. So, for example, if you have a brother or a mom or a dad, they care about you and you care about them. And naturally, because there is a relationship there, you guys take care of each other and you try to do one thing. You try to optimize for peace, love, and stability. And then you start dating and you realize it is not like that at all. Women only feel a relationship if there's tension and obstacles to overcome. When me and her don't talk to each other for 3 days now, I have a smile on my face. When me and her have an argument, I have a smile on my face. When me and her are upset that a different woman text message me, I have a smile on my face. Well, why would that be? Because I know that it's strengthening our bond and our relationship. You have to understand, this does not equal your logic at all. Women optimize and operate on their own emotional playing field, and that has nothing to do with how you logically feel about things. I didn't know this, did you? Because I didn't, okay? I didn't know this fully until I was older, but there needs to be conflict and negative emotion for her to value the relationship. If there is no conflict or negative emotion, she has nothing to nurture, nothing to fix, and nothing to overcome. And now there's no relationship because this is too easy and this is boring, this is routine, and there's nothing to be fixed. So, if you're not problematic, she has nothing to nurture or fix or attempt to make better in the relationship. So here's what you're going to find, okay? Problematic men are the furthest thing from boring. And if you are boring, it's over. You have to create problems. You have to create some kind of conflict. She has to be excited to see you for 5 days straight, and she's excited for that dinner date that you guys have planned, and then all of a sudden something came up and you're just not there. And she texts you and she says, can't count on you for anything. I'm really glad that you don't take any of this seriously, and you need to have a smile on your face because for once she's finally feeling something, and now there's something to fix, and now something to overcome, and now she can finally like you. Yeah, no one told me it was like this. My dad didn't tell me this. Did yours? I wish somebody would have told me this because it would have saved me a lot of issues over the past 10 years. This is why I'm telling you, I made the language of women basically for me, okay? Because what I did when I built that product is I said, what's all the things I have had to deal with over the past 10 years and how have I had to overcome it? And if somebody would have given me this, how much easier would have my life been? I made that for my younger self who didn't know any better. And that's why it's working, and that's why it's helping so many other guys. So here's what I can tell you. Everything you've been taught about women for probably your whole life is wrong. It's just wrong. It ain't true. When you go out in the real world and you see how stuff actually operates, it ain't about that. So here's what you got to know. You have real emotional strength inside of you. You just need to start to use it. You need to start to see it, and you need to start to apply it. You have real power to not go weak for every relationship that you're in. You have real vision. If you can see it and you can believe it, you just need to value it and you need to know how to unlock it. That is the secret here. You need to know how to unlock it. So every marker board video that I have ever made on this channel is all of my losses. When I tell you what women respond to and how women act and how women operate, it's because I have had to take so many losses in my own dating life and in my own relationship life that led me to this point to figuring out all of this. So because of that, I've lost out on so many dates and relationships with women over the years that I made this community that I'm showing you that we now have over 1,500 guys in. I made that community and I made the language of women basically for me. And what that means is me, when I was just a little younger and I went through all these problems, I sat down when I made the language of women and I said, what is everything that a guy needs to know in sequential order in order to actually win in his dating life, in order to actually get results? And then I decided to do one amazing thing. I decided to share that process with the world. That's why I want to see you inside of that. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.